According to reports, the United States is currently experiencing alarming levels of threats. And the reason why these are alarming at this time is because it's the holiday season. And there's one major event that takes place every single year, and that is where the threats are really elevated. That's New Year's Eve. I will address which cities we are hearing reports about right now. I will also address what the FBI is saying, what Homeland Security is saying, what even the Department of Justice is telling us at this time. So again, there's a lot of reports going on. I will explain exactly what is happening, if you should be worried, or how you need to be prepared, and we will go forward with that. So all I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So here's what we know. The FBI, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, and the National Counterterrorism Center have all issued warnings for this holiday season. They're all saying that the Israel-Hamas conflict has heightened the threat of lone actor violence here in the United States. Yes, that is concerning, but I want to give you some more updates on that so you understand why the FBI, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, and the National Counterterrorism Center are all providing these warnings. First, just since October 7th, 2023, the FBI has received more than 1,800 reports of threats and leads. These are serious leads. They are all related to conflicts currently going on in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. We know that there are some protests over Israel. There are some protests over Gaza and the Palestinian people. This is where things are starting to escalate. And this is what we learned early on, is that if this war drug on for months, well, we're going to see the effects here in the United States, and other countries would feel those effects as well. That's exactly what is happening. Now, the FBI states that threats to public officials are actually reaching alarming levels. If you are in the public eye, you could be a police officer, a firefighter, a lawmaker, the president, right? You could be an FBI agent. It doesn't matter. Threats to public officials are reaching alarming levels. More alarming than in the past 2 decades. Now, according to the Department of Justice official, she is saying that just this past week, the FBI has received threats to harm their own agents and take the lives of their own agents, take the lives of a Supreme Court justice, and also 3 presidential candidates. So you can see right there, it's not just one person, it's multiple people, but some of it's based off of, for example, the Supreme Court justice is based off of what happened in Colorado just this past week, okay? Because we saw that, we knew that was likely coming. Because the FBI, they are looking into threats against the Colorado justices after former President Donald Trump was pulled from the ballot based off of a ruling, okay? Because that ruling was in favor of pulling Trump off the ballot in favor of 4-3. So that right there was concerning. The FBI knew it, they looked into it, and yes, there are multiple threats. Now, according to security experts, they say there are certain cities that are more likely to be targeted during the New Year's Eve celebration. Now, these cities could include cities that have large parties, large gatherings, just major cities here in the United States as well, or ones that have some type of political meaning, right? So, here's where we are. Here's where experts say you need to be alert. The first city here in the United States is New York City, specifically Times Square. They say more than 1 million people gather in Times Square every single year. More than 1 billion people watch this event from home. Okay? That's a lot. This is a huge event. Now, according to experts, they say just stay alert. If you see something, say something. There are going to be more security in New York City and Times Square this year than in previous years. They say they are going to be looking at New York City in this event as one of the main focuses. Now, there's only one reason why they do that, is because they see it as an additional threat. That's the reason why. They say that with more than 1 million people gathering and more than 1 billion people watching from home, this could be an easy target. But they're going to do something to make sure it is not an easy target. Another city, which is not here in the United States, is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. They say Rio has one of the largest New Year's Eve celebrations in the world, which makes it one of the targets. Sydney, Australia is another one, and also Los Angeles, California. Now, I just want to be very clear. This does not mean that the FBI has pinpointed that, yes, there's going to be an attack. That is not what I'm saying. That's not what the FBI said. They have just said that with large gatherings like these celebrations, this is where people are more likely to come out and try to be that lone actor and show what they could do. So again, that's just the warning. Is those are a few cities that are potentially, they have an increased threat level for them at this time. Now, the New York Police Department Deputy Commissioner for Counterterrorism said October 7th, when Hamas attacked Israel and took more than 250 people hostage, this was an inflection point. It was an inflection point very similar to that of 9/11. Not to the same scale, but that's kind of what it was. Now, authorities believe that we are going to be grappling with these threats for some time to come. This will not end soon. This will not end as soon as this war between Israel and Hamas is over. This is something that we are going to have to fight with for many years. So that's something that we just need to be prepared for, that just because the FBI and Homeland Security are issuing warnings for this year, for this holiday season, does not mean that it's over. Okay, so just keep that in mind. They say that the FBI, though, is not just the only people that are warning us here in the U.S. There's many people warning us here in the U.S. For instance, Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda has provided warnings to the United States over the past 6 months. Many warnings. Iran and Iranian-backed groups, they continue to threaten the United States. We see this over and over again. I've reported on this multiple times over the past few weeks. Russia has warned us of serious consequences by using Russian assets to fund Ukraine. But that's just the beginning. Okay? That's something that was just talked about yesterday here on this channel. We also know Chinese officials have warned the United States. They're warning us over Taiwan, Philippines, and other countries that they say we really have no business being in. So we'll see. One thing I can tell you is one thing that the New York Police Department Deputy Commissioner for Counterterrorism has said is that this is nothing new. These threats are not new. We have had heightened threat levels before, and we will continue to have heightened threat levels moving forward. The only difference now is people are watching. We have seen these threats over and over and over again, so now people are concerned, and being that they're concerned, their eyes are open, and they're watching to see what is happening. So, the one thing that I can tell you at this time is yes, we are seeing alarming levels of threats. That's concerning. But at the same time, we're also seeing more action by the FBI, by the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, and the National Counterterrorism Center. They are trying to do more to keep us safe. So, that's the good news. I just wanted to provide this quick little warning for you because I know a lot of people are going to turn on the news see the new the reports that have come out over the past day, where yes, the FBI is warning people that if you can just stay home, stay home. If you don't have to go to these large events and large gatherings, don't do it. Because the more people there are, it does increase the threat level. So that's where we're at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.